Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway, hello. Hi, La Dancy Nancy. How are you, my love? Hello, everybody. Good morning. Blue Witch presents Coffee Break with Laura González. This is me. I'm Laura. And I welcome you to the coffee break. Yes, you made it. I just logged in. So today we're going to do tarot for the week, and we have the Rider Waite Smith tarot, the Darkwood tarot, and the Witch's Garden tarot. And we're also going to use two oracles. We're going to use the Elemental Oracle, and we're going to use the Divine Animals Oracle. So here we go. Let's see what the cards have for us today. Hello, Alex. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's take a deep breath. May the divine let us see what we need to see, and that information be used for the greater good. So be it. And let's see what the Darkwood Tarot has for us. No, this is the Witch's Garden Tarot, our first tarot card for today. Let's see what we get. All right. And we have the Knight of Swords reversed. So it's the Knight of Swords like that, but we have it reversed. And it's just telling us, to hold our horses, quite literally, not to be impulsive, not to be a know-it-all, not to try to manipulate information or, you know, come to conclusions too quickly. Because sometimes trying to come with an answer too quickly can bring us problems and issues. So the Knight of Swords reverse is telling us maybe this is not the time for us to come to a quick conclusion, and maybe we hold our horses, especially before sharing our opinion on something or someone. So that's our first card for today. I do have a headache. They gave me my flu shot today, and I think that is what's giving me a headache. So let us keep drinking some coffee. Did you all get your flu shot? If you can, take it, because they say this flu season has been a little unforgiving, you know, especially for people of a certain age, which I'm there proudly. All right. The oracle that we have, magic. La Dancy Nancy. We got magic as our elemental oracle card today. I don't think I ever pulled this one. Alchemy and magic. It's funny because I recorded yesterday a class about elemental alchemy, and you might want to stay tuned because that's going to be part of a summit pretty soon. Alchemy. There is magic to be found everywhere if you look for it. You are the magic. Magic is not a miracle, although it can sometimes feel like that. Doubt kills more dreams than failure. Ooh. Have faith in your ability weave together all the disparate pieces. So alchemy is the card for today. Hello, marvelously Marissa. Alchemy is the card for today, and it says, there is magic to be found everywhere if you look. I read that wrong twice. Let me reread it again. There is magic to be found. There is magic to be found everywhere if you look for it. You are the magic. Magic is not a miracle, although it can sometimes feel like that. Doubt kills more dreams than failure. That one hit me in the head. Have faith in your ability. Weave together all the disparate pieces. Hello, Mary Hester. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Marisa, I already say welcome to Marisa. And to the baby, I hope the baby is right there with you. And let's see what the Rider-Waite Smith has for us today. I think that with the Rider, I'm going to pull 2. And let's do something different. Let's pull what to do and what not to do. Want to have fun with me? So think about your issue, your situation, your question. Marisa says, I'm cuddling with the baby. I get to have baby snuggles soon. I will have baby snuggles soon. So what to do, what not to do. What to do, I am serious, guys. Hold your horses. Second card of the day with a knight reversed, right? How much do they want us to bide our time and to not make decisions in a way that is pressured? Is we first have the Knight of Swords reversed, which normally is a very fast knight and has been told to slow down. But the Knight of Pentacles is usually static. So for him to be reversed is like, it's almost like the tarot is saying, let me be very clear that you do not need to rush into anything. So this was what to do. Hold your horses. Don't rush into anything. Take things slow. Right? Hello, Cindy Swims. So that was what to do. Hold your horses. What not to do. Be careful not to be entangling yourself where you probably shouldn't. This is a card that is reminding us of making partnerships, being intimate, trusting other people, and trusting fully, right? This usually talks about a loving relationship, but let's not be that particular about it, right? It could be any relationship that grants you to feel vulnerable because you've been sharing your emotions and your feelings. So it could be your boss, it could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be a lover, etc. And we are told not to be too open, not to be too welcoming, not to be too, vulnerable, putting yourself out there. That and all those horses reverse, I'm like, okay, we need to slow down. I don't know, Monday, slow down Monday. You know? The tarot is like, slow down, hold your horses. Let us not move that quickly. Okay. So, folks, tonight we have the presentation with the people from EBSAT. I'm going to be talking about the sun god, the myth of Huitzilopochtli, And why is it very important that we tap into the growing sun slash warrior essence at this moment? And I think it's going to be fun. This very quick half an hour presentation, and it's accessible to everybody. It's free. It's going to be on YouTube, and or you can join us directly on Zoom. So find it on my stories, find it on my calendar. Go to bluewitch.org to the calendar, and you'll find the links there. And then tonight also we have Lunatic Mondays, in which we will have as a guest Jesamyn Angelica talking about the Llewellyn's Full Book of the Moon. And that was a fun interview. So listen to us tonight doing that. Let's see what the animals oracle. We have the dolphin. We have the dolphin. I don't know if you all watch YouTube or Instagram videos, but there was a video last week of baby dolphins learning how to jump. And I don't think it was AI. I hope it was not AI. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Because of course on the video it looks like the dolphins are about this big, right? It might have been AI now that I'm thinking about it. Who knows? Anyway, dolphins. Happiness is not a continuous state, although it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life rather than what happens to you from outside sources. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, then you will be disappointed. Look at Cindy putting the little dolphins in there. And hello, Lupita Martinez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And did I say welcome to Cindy Swims? I think I did. So, dolphin, happiness is not a continuous state, although it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life rather than what happens to you from outside sources. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, then you will be disappointed. So let us not do that. And that repeats that message of the Two of Cups, of not putting our happiness in other people's hands. You don't put your happiness in other people's hands, and you don't put your pleasure on other people's hands. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You're responsible for your own pleasure. Let me go hide behind my coffee cup. Those who have been apprentices with me directly, like Nancy, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, speaking of students, please random walk, go to bluewitch.org. Hello, Jackie. Go to bluewitch.org, go to the learning section, and look for current offerings. We're going to be offering the Tlacateteo, the Colonizing the God. This is a new series that will begin on February of this year. Actually, the first class should be February 8th. And, oh, by the way, um, Tlacateteo, the Colonizing the God, our first God that we're going to talk about is God Quetzalcoatl, the God of everything, Quetzalcoatl. That's going to be on February 8th. And then on the last Sunday, pardon me, on the fourth Sunday of the month, because sometimes there's 5, On the fourth Sunday of the month, we're going to have Embodying the Teteo. We're going to gather, we're going to talk about a couple of gods and goddesses, or Teteo as we call them. And we're going to talk about their philosophy. And then we're going to have a discussion about applying that philosophy into our life. Um, they're not necessarily community circles. They're like community circle with a twist. They're more intentional. There's going to be a little bit of teaching at the beginning, and then there's going to be a very lively discussion. And I hope I see you all there. Let me always remind you folks that all the things that I teach that are indigenous culture, they're not only for indigenous people. Anybody can come and learn. Think about how you learn about Egyptian culture. How do you learn about Jewish culture? How do you learn about Greek culture? How have you learned about African culture? Go into the sources, right? So it's not a closed practice. It's not something that should be secret. It's world heritage knowledge that we are sharing with you, because the Mesoamerican cultures are what part of the mother cultures of the world, and I'm very proud and I'm very honored to be able to share that with y'all. So come and join us for Tlacateteo. Last card for today, we have we have the Three of Swords, and it is reversed. You know what? Who's got the heartache? I think all of us collectively, right? Our hearts are hurting at this moment. Um, but the card is reminding us of our resiliency, and the card is reminding us of all the opportunities that we have to rectify our own behavior and to heal from the pain and the swords and the cuts, and to understand that more than heartbroken, we are like, how could this be happening? It's more of a pain on the head than it is a pain on the heart. It's pain nonetheless. Is empathy, is sympathy, is compassion, and it's pain. We all have a lot of pain. Um, some of us have been in that pain for over a year. Some of you have just joined us, and it's heartbreaking, right? And I know I don't need to tell you what I'm talking about. So this heartache reverse is telling us that the mourning or the incredible pain, the first blow is passing, and now we're starting to heal and we're starting to understand what's going on, and we can see the opportunities to bring healing to the whole situation. So folks, if you can, be actively anti-racist. I mean, when the powers to be are utilizing Nazi propaganda, and it's not covert anymore. It's out there. They're putting Nazi songs, they're putting Nazi slogans, and if they're playing Nazis, then we're playing Jews, which is what I've been saying for a year. Um, so now more than ever, we need brown people to stay safe. We need black people to stay safe, and we need white people to do a lot of work. And that work is being absolutely very loudly anti-racist, you know. And some people choose not to talk about it, and that is a very privileged way of existing. I don't possess that privilege. I've been talking about it for a year, and I will continue talking about it until it's done and gone. A lot of people have say, um, or wonder, what would I have done if I was in Nazi Germany? Well, now is the time. Now is the time that you find out. What would have you done if you was in Germany? You find out right now. You know. Um, Jackie says, "I wish we could leave, love each other." Yeah, I think. I mean, We can love strangers. If people, this is one of the most beautiful sayings that I've seen lately. If people can hate you without knowing you, people can love you without knowing you. So if you are watching this, know that I love you. And I don't care if you look different from me, you know. That's why I always sign up saying you are loved, because we forget. And now they're telling us that empathy is a sin and that compassion is a sin. What kind of spirituality will say that? You know, that's propaganda be propaganding. So let's not do that. And for white folks, if you're watching, if you care, if you listen, if you care for what a brown indigenous woman is saying right now, this is the time for you to be loudly anti-racist. And I know you're hurting, and how you're hurting right now, we've been hurting for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years, not 1 year, hundreds of years. That pain that you're carrying right now, we have had it for a long, 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 long time. I didn't mean to bring you down. It's just, it's healing. We need to do this healing together. And unfortunately, you have lots of work to do. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to do what I was born to do, which is talk about it. Um, and thank you for joining me on my Decolonizing the Goddess classes, and now in Decolonizing the God, and everything is connected. And when we uplift indigenous knowledge and indigenous voices, we get to know each other. We get to learn from each other, and I've been saying we're not trying to convince people that we're good humans. Now we're just trying to convince them that we are humans. We are humans, you know, and we deserve dignity just like everybody else. Anyway, thank you all for watching. My name is Laura González. Please go to bluewitch.org. If you feel like sending a tip, you can do that to Venmo at bluewitch, to Cashapp $0bluewitch1, or Zelle bluewitch at bluewitch.org, or you can use my phone number for Zelle, 630-506-1758. Thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, never forget that you are loved. Bye-bye.